Hey fellas, well, it's only 3 days of Halloween, and this is the last Nintendo Partner Showcase of the year 2020. What a year it's been, and so far, are just gonna keep going through there. Not sure whether we're gonna get a full-on direct by the end of the year, or if at least another one's focusing on one game, like the next Smash character, or Hyrule Warriors, Heritage of Calamity, or Payment 3 Deluxe, but be that as it may, there's plenty to address with those games more in this video, so let's get this started. First off, we have Bravely Default 2, coming, next February on the 26th. I guess this also, means technically that Bravely 2nd might not be canon, and then I'm gonna level with you that I never have played the other games. I don't really plan to, especially not with this one. As I was saying, forgive the drop frames. If you want to go ahead and enjoy it, you may do so. I'm personally just excited to be able to play the original Fire Emblem the first time, even if I have once again mixed feelings about the limited distribution window. I'm gonna take advantage of that while it lasts. Okay. Story Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. I have not played as many of these ones. I have the main Harvest Moon games. I think the only one I kind of played of this particular one is the a spin-off that was also like the iMovie tie-in, and and so I'm gonna wait. And it's coming out March 23rd next year. I'm gonna wait to see what I'll think about that one first instead. Yeah. One that could also be next one could be like even be like a subtitle for this year, coming out soon 2021. Surviving the Aftermath, a sort of post-apocalyptic RPG of sorts. I really think should be interesting to experience. That definitely is a setting that has served video games well for decades, and no matter who's making it or even hinting at the ideas, it's probably not a concept going away anytime soon. So stylistically, it reminds me a lot of Bastion, which is a good thing. And yeah, so let's keep this going. Yeah. Now we have a potential new franchise. We'll see what happens from Ubisoft. Immortals, Fenyx Rising. On paper, it's basically what Breath of the Wild would have been like if it were a Greek mythology story, but which unfortunately, even though this could have easily have taken up the mantle like God of War has allowed, now that they've shifted their focus to Norse mythology, from what I've seen, I can't say I'm a fan of it, and people who are playing it at how have also had mixed feelings towards it because on top of the liberties it takes the Greek mythology, especially in the case of Zeus and Prometheus, and the latter case of more than Lindelof took, and it's coming from someone who likes that movie. Yeah, I think it's like a solid counter argument to why people who want voice acting in every game, even when it surely shouldn't be. He, I couldn't even make it through the preview footage, and on top of it kind of looking kind of rough on other consoles, I'm noticing quite a bit of lag on this version, so yeah. And so I'm gonna pass on this one. Wait to see what people think first. Which is a shame because normally I really like Greek mythology, especially as I play the video games. Heck, I guess if I want a Kid Icarus game that's not a reissue of a previous title on the Switch, I'll just have to keep waiting then. Yeah. Now, for the lightning round of the other three games that are in this direct, that aren't given major focus. Bakugan, Champs of Vestroia, 11.3, don't care. Ugh. Given how it just came off making a big video of which license I say wait for tackle instead, if I had to address that game again before it launch, it'll be way too soon. On a more positive note, Griftlands will be coming next summer, or definitely should be an interesting RPG. I mean, he, especially again, stylistically in its terms of setting, it reminds me of that Bastion, and which it's a game I've made quite clear my love for. And last but not least in that part, on November the 6th, Tropico 6. I have not played other ones, but what appears to be some kind of strategy title. Hell, even though it's not the most well-known version of game out there, I definitely could recommend to people who play similar titles. And I think like the Civilization series, each one's its own self-contained kind of game that even if you haven't played the other ones, you'll be able to follow it. I mean, no matter what happens next week. I mean, again, make your own assumptions, and it's there. Okay, so I don't know about any streaming setup, but given using Resident Evil 7 even as a frame of reference, or heck, even like the port of Overwatch I talked about in my last vlog, it is capable of running things in the cloud, even with its power. So, on that note, Hitman 3 Cloud Edition, and they didn't give a release date for that one. I did not see. Hey, however, it actually looks pretty impressive. I mean, if it's capable of running the game at all, I mean, since I had to put a little disclaimer at the bottom on them that's not going to be as impressive as it would be on other systems. But even though I have not played any of the reboot Hitman games, hopefully this pans out work. I mean, since even though, from what I gather, these ones aren't as good as like the previous titles I had, they're still at least worth playing. I mean, it's still weird that the first Hitman on PC to date is the only one that has not received a console port of any kind. They started with, I think, back in the 2000s, started with Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, and still they have a lot of creative ways, not just the usual ones like blades and blunt instruments of firearms, but things like pillows, those pool cues, and my personal favorite, industrial strength laxative. If you could use that to basically, hey, give the guards bad history runs, then you basically off them when they're in the crapper and take their outfit to blend in. Classic. Yeah. On that note, we have Control Ultimate Cloud Edition, and which even I have not played that one yet, but I have heard good things about it. I think I'll probably be starting with that one. Even if it's kind of sketchy that you had to have that particular version if you want to upgrade it to modern systems. I mean, especially given how I'm not sure how things are going to work. Should they actually a Switch Pro come out on that time frame in the near future? Or I submit the questions left asked if and rather when. But if I had to guess, it probably would still be backward compatible with all my existing games right here. And I really still do not know why Pactor claiming the company isn't smart hurts to have this system, and why he doesn't understand it. I mean, if anything, this is one that each systems understand. I mean, and it's basically one you can play as both a portable and a home system, which is actually one, as pointed out before, was much easier to understand than the previous system. And I don't think you're gonna be abandoning the system either. When even with the PS5 and Xbox Series coming next month, when you've broken the record for the best-selling console, that Microsoft has held since the 360, you don't want to cut the head off of that. I mean, like, my counter offer would be this: keep the Switch Mini for those one low port entry, a pure handheld console, but stay the course on the Switch and you have the Pro ready, and no streaming dongle. I mean, Stadia has been kind of a rough go. Hopefully, Amazon and Facebook have a better to go at than Google did, and I'll just deal with all that as it comes. Okay, even better. We have 3 major ones we're looking forward to, with some other things you can enjoy now. On top of Normal Heroes 3, still coming to the Switch in 2021. You can also, while you're waiting for that, you can play Hey No More Heroes 1 and 2 now on the Switch. Well, as in today, I mean, it's definitely very irreverent there, and even though Travis only got a Mii costume, I'm glad that this guy got some representation there at all. I personally, one of those guys that like these titles more than the Devil May Cry series. I know that sounds a little bit blasphemous, but honestly, I don't care. I mean, it would be ironic if Dante ever made it in Smash. Not really. I'm not at liberty to comment or speculate on the recent leak that has both male and female data in it to throw off the any speculation. And I guess we'll find out soon enough where the next character might be. Yep. Okay. Part-time UFO from HAL Laboratory. Hurry is out now. I might check that one out. Since given how that developer has worked on everything from Kirby to Smash Brothers, others to Pokemon Snap, and countless other games in between, definitely fits some of the smaller scale work. In fact, some of the designs remind me of the Adventure of the Lolo titles on NES, which they actually made before Kirby, even. In sense, and the Lolos were really integrated into the Kirby franchise as part of that, so I definitely might like to see what kind of odd jobs I'll be helping someone load their truck or make them an ice cream dessert. It looks like it's going to have some pretty interesting physics with that claw. So I'll definitely be eager to see what this may entail. Yep. Last, but definitely not least, on top of Reminder Pikmin 3, we also have Hyrule Age of Calamity still coming out on November 20th. The demo, which is out now, as per usual, can transfer your progress from the demo to the main game once that launches, which I intend to take advantage of. It has by the first chapter the story in there, and even though the English dubs of the games I'm in this video are pretty bad, this one's actually pretty decent. Again, voice acting is kind of tricky to get right in long-running series that are previously silent and also easy to screw up, admittedly. For everyone that worked in this and Breath of the Wild Mario Odyssey, you have ones it's not necessarily as bad as Mega Man 8 or the original version of Resident Evil where they remade it, but it's at the very least an other end where it's good actors masked with paired with a bad script. A good idea, but with bad execution, which I think is one of the things that I can be most disappointed by, even more than just a bad idea in general. But this is definitely a good idea. Even though Breath of the Wild's sequel, whether it's going to be Breath of Evil or Dark Tombs or whatever the working title is so I've been low-key excited for this one, and for a while I've played and enjoyed the other Hyrule Warriors games on previous systems. So even if they're going to be up against impossible odds, to see how this event plays out, I definitely would show how, with the Infinity War Rogue One, they just go down fighting, where, since, I guess, in some respects, that if some Zelda games like The Hobbit, then this one might be a Song of Ice and Fire, the books, not the TV series. That's not important right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play this, and I started to wonder if Michael wrote that before the pandemic and didn't change any of it since. And so, I don't think, I'm not entirely certain that it would be a good idea. And that's why don't just make it one of those dongles? My reply would be this. Do the words Virtual Boy mean to you? There's no way hey, they're gonna not go through that again. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. And don't forget to vote by next Tuesday. Later.